Hey guys, how are you? I, I love to hear what you guys are writing. I've been getting a ton of DMs. I'm excited to start meeting you and getting to know you and hearing about your projects. I actually got a few really cool questions from newer authors who are really interested in like what technology to spend the money on and where not to spend it. So I thought that would be what we went over today. I never really thought about that because I sort of bought the technology as I went. But now, especially with this YouTube, I mean, look, I can't get lighting right. I don't know what I'm recording on. I'm using a phone here, a computer here, a webcam here. I'm all over the place. So it makes sense that new authors are sort of in the same place that I am with this whole AuthorTube gig or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, so I get it. And I don't know why that hadn't even occurred to me as a possible thing to do a video about. So here I am. I want to talk about technology. It's kind of ironic because I just had a huge tech situation today. That happens a lot. It happens a lot. First thing I want to say, because I do not want to forget to talk about this, whatever you do with technology, always back up your work. I cannot tell you how many books I've lost, big chapters, and it always feels like the chapter you just couldn't afford to lose. I don't like to lose any words, honestly. But for real, guys, back up your work. The way to do that is either write in a drive, like actually write in a drive, or just do it daily. Like I use external flash drives, big suckers. I don't have one with me here, but if I did, and I'll show it to you in another video. A huge Toshiba drive. I've got like 6 of them. And I just literally in Sharpie will write the year. Just because you just wouldn't believe how fast you're going to run through disk space. Not with the words, but more with the graphics. Once you get big into the publishing end of this, or if you're self-publishing and you have PDFs and like book covers, the resolution on those graphics is huge and it will take up and just eat through your hard drive space. So for me, my preferred place to write is my laptop. I have multiple laptops because I do run through them and I do tend to write in different places, whether it's in the house or out of the house or at this desk or in the living room. Like I tend to just bounce all over the place where I write. So, and I just take those drives with me wherever I go and that will bring my work with me. So for me, I'm always on a laptop. I do have a desktop and I hate it. Not because it's so awful, it's just clunky and I don't like being pinned down. I tend to want to like lounge around and be all over the place. But that's just a preference and you'll know that about yourself and you get to know that about yourself really early on. So yeah, one thing to think about is, do I want a laptop or a desktop or a combo? I'm really using a combo and sort of always have. But the big thing with technology, and I know a lot of authors who are able to do it, but I couldn't. It's smartphones. You've got to be able to use a smartphone. I'm like shedding. You've got to be able to use a smartphone for Instagram. I don't even know if you can. I know there are apps, I suppose. Yeah, there are apps. I couldn't even think about it. I hate technology. So I try to make it as easy as I possibly can on myself. I have a visitor coming. Hey, Milo, you can come and say hello. Hi, guys. Say hello. Say hey. Hey. I try to like make tech as easy as I can on myself just because I do hate it. So, for me, the easiest way to do like Instagram, because I don't know how I would even use the app for that, is a smartphone. I just do it directly from an iPhone. I happen to love iPhones. I am not, however, a Mac fan. I have had a Mac and I didn't like it. They say a lot of authors love Macs. It's something to think about. They're really supposedly user-friendly with graphics, and they are good for formatting programs. Valium is a Mac program. That's why I got the Mac. I thought it would be worth it. I hate it. It was too long of a big of a conversion. I mean, I'm 45 years old and learning, just staying on top of like the technology of even just the platforms is hard. The last thing I want to do is learn a whole new way of like processing actual words. So for me, I will always be, well, my computers are HPs. I've got a Toshiba and a Dell, but there's no way I would switch to Mac. So you need a laptop, or you don't, or a basic computer, but you need a basic something. I know people that write on word processors, but I can't talk about that because I have no clue how that would work. My last word processor, I was living in Australia, and it was 1995. I don't even think I knew how to get on the internet back then, so I'm clueless with that. I used to spend a ton of money on laptops. I used to spend like up to $2,000 on laptops because I knew I would be hard on them. Whether it's writing or just in my other, like my job uses. I'm hard on my tech, and I knew that. But I came to learn that whether I spent $1,200 on a laptop or $349.99 on a laptop, I seem to burn through them. Hi, buddy. Thank you. Kisses. I seem to burn through them equally fast. So if you're gonna burn through something that quick, anyway, like I don't want to spend that kind of money. And because I do back up all of my work as it is, I don't get so worried about like the computer dying first. I can tell when it's gonna die. It'll run out of disk space usually is the problem, and there's not anything left for me to delete. So when that happens, I know it's time for a new one. Sometimes I'll clear the hard drive and start fresh if I don't have the money, but realistically, I buy a new laptop about every 6 months. As for smartphones, I hate phones. I'm not a phone person. So I will hang on to them until Apple outdates me. I think right now I have an iPhone 7, maybe a 6. I don't know. My kid would know. I'm sure he's thrilled about it. But I only upgrade those when my contract will let me. So it's like every 3 years or something. It's like not updated. But it's like either a 6 or a 7, and it works just fine for Instagram. I don't pimp or promote for my phone. I don't know how, and I'm not good at phones. All of that is mostly done from my laptop. I do. Excuse me, I'm telling some stuff. You have to be good. He doesn't know how to be good. I do Instagram, obviously, for my phone, but that's it. Sometimes Twitter, but I'm no Twitter master either, which is kind of ironic because that's where I seem to be meeting people from the AuthorTube community. So I'm gonna have to up my game. And if anybody has suggestions on how to become a better Twitter person, I need them badly. So yeah, first thing I'd buy if I had like a limited budget, I'd go for a cheap laptop, a huge hard drive. I would get in the habit from day one of backing up my work daily. As much as it's a pain in the ass, it's not even a pain now to me. It's like brushing your teeth. You're gonna do it. It's just every day you do it. I do it multiple times a day, probably 3 or 4, because now I've lost so much work because I didn't back up that it's worth it to me. So I'm constantly backing up my work and not sorry for it. Since I started that habit, I haven't lost anything more than a couple of paragraphs. It's worth it, guys. If you don't mind being stuck and you're one of those people, because there are people like this that want to be in one space because that's how they kind of get into their writing groove, then a desktop is probably better than a laptop. The way that I use my laptop is not very conventional. I'm not like laying and lounging on the couch writing in some like position like this. I am straight up. I always wear either wrist braces or glove warmer things on my wrists. It's not because it's freezing in my house. It probably seems like that, but it's not. I have carpal tunnel syndrome and arthritis in my wrists, and that's because I've been typing since I knew how to type, which was basically since before I knew how to write. I mean, I've been typing my whole life. I didn't get good at it till high school, but I'm good at it and I haven't stopped. So my wrists, if they get cold, or even just because they're my wrists, they're constantly hurting. So it helps me to keep them warm or to at least put pressure on them. So that's what this is about. But and I also wear like actual wrist guards and wrist like wraps that my doctor suggested sometimes when my writing gets bad. But so for that reason alone, I am really good with my posture and stuff when I'm typing, because it helps for me to have my wrists in the right position. I use an actual keyboard, not the laptop, so that's something to think about. Are you someone who's going to want it on the laptop, or are you going to need a keyboard? I use a keyboard and I use a mouse. I didn't always use a mouse. I was, with my thumb on the laptop, and then my thumb started getting arthritic. So I said, okay, we're going to reel this in because we don't need more problems. The day I lose my ability to type, I'm going to have a real problem. That's another video I can do, though. There are days when my hands hurt so badly. I tend to ice them almost every night because of how bad it is. And I don't talk about this a lot, but it is one of my biggest challenges in writing is my wrists. I was supposed to have surgery on them years ago, but I don't want to take the time to be away from books. I'm that addicted. It's pathetic. Either way, lost train of thought because of dog. Either way, my thing with this is that I found it took me a while to figure out how I was comfortable and what technology would work. For me, it's having that laptop with the external keyboard, the external mouse, the phone I use minimally for Instagram. I didn't need like double monitors and high graphics computers. I do now because of the publishing end of this, and I do have actually several monitors and all that so that I can see what's happening with covers, and I do some design work, not necessarily well, but I'm learning, and I need to be able to see that, like those fine pixels and the resolution, and I need the program for that, the bigger programs, the more expensive stuff. But if you're just going in to write and you're going to have a publisher, or even if you're going to self-publish, but you plan on paying a designer for covers, which I recommend that you do, you want a professional looking cover, then you're not going to need that like sort of like gamer level computer that can handle that memory space. Honestly, a $300-400 laptop, an iPhone or Android that, it's a smartphone, and you really are good to go. I mean, there's always a good old-fashioned paper and pen too when you're out on the road, whatever, if you are a regular computer user, not laptop. So, even like with this, I have a webcam. I have like all the gear I probably should have to do AuthorTube. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be that high-tech person. I mean, I know kind of how to use it, but then I'm like crying by the time it's time to make a video, and I don't want to make a video. So I'll get there. It's all a learning process, just like it is for you guys. I know that the newer authors that have messaged me have talked a lot, like they get frustrated just like learning Word or Google Docs. And, I'm here to help if you guys have questions. That newer, lower tech stuff, I can talk about all day. Some of this higher tech stuff, you may want. I often find myself texting or calling my sons. They are 23 and 20, going on 40, both of them. And they tend to be able to help me out of technology issues quick. As for softwares, like I don't believe in Grammarly. I think it's all right, I guess. If you want to just like, I don't know, Grammarly and I have problems. I think authors rely on it too heavily, and I don't use it at all anymore. But some people swear by Grammarly. And again, there's no right or wrong way in writing. I just talk about my way because it's the only way I know. And I want to be able to help you guys like avoid things that took me 4 years to learn that, stop doing that. That's not good for you. But that doesn't mean Grammarly is not good for you. It just means you gotta make sure you're not relying on it too heavily, because I've seen that so many times. Canva's free. There's nothing wrong with the free version of Canva. You need that for basic graphics for teasers. The only other like sort of software you need is MailChimp or MailRite, a newsletter program. But again, you're not ready for that right away. If you haven't put out a book yet, those things will come. Granted, it's always good to start building your reader list and getting those things up and running, but they don't even cost money for the first, I want to say 2,000 subscribers on MailChimp. I'm pretty sure it's 2,000. And it takes a long time to get to 2,000. My newsletter subscription list is like 15,000 right now, and that's not real impressive. They take a while. And honestly, I haven't been very good at like working on those newsletter builders and all that lately. I've just been too many directions. So anyway, that's my basic thoughts. You want a basic cheapo laptop because there's no difference. I'm telling you, I blew through the $1,200 ones as fast as I did the cheap ones. As long as, and this is the caveat, you're backing up daily and you have an external drive, or you're using a drive. Like I've got an iCloud drive that's 2 terabytes. I don't know, the thing's always full. I'm always having to upgrade the monthly amount because it fills up so fast. But I need that between this author tube and the videos for this, and the amount, just the sheer volume that I'm juggling with Crazy Ink. I don't really have a choice or a way out of that. But a solo author that's not a publisher, absolutely not necessary. The free, what is it, 5 gigs or something? I don't know how much is free, but that they'll give you even in iCloud. I know Amazon Prime has a drive space somewhere, and a lot of authors are Prime members because you can get your books or your cohorts books free shipping. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions about what you think you shouldn't be getting, what you do and don't need, feel free to leave a comment. As always, please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I need those thumbs up and comments in order to bump my math. I have one goal. It's such a simple goal. Once I get 100 subscribers, I can change my link. My link right now is like jibbly jabbly. I want to be able to make it something related to Crazy Train. Just so that I can promote the channel. I think I have a lot of information I can share with you guys. I want to get to know new authors. I want to get to know new readers. And I'm excited to be in a new community where I can meet new people and sort of figure out how other people do it. I know Facebook. I know Instagram. I know those communities. But wow, wouldn't it be great to meet a whole new kind of group and network and find a new way to kind of explore this whole art with the next 100 books. So I will talk to you guys, I don't know when, but soon, because all I ever do is ramble. And until next time, please keep shooting me the DMs. They're great. They're helpful. It's hard to think of like these things. It doesn't occur to me that people would wonder this, but of course you wonder this. It's like a great question. So please hit me with those, that they're helpful. They give me ideas for content. Does anyone want a dog? We could do that. He's very lovable. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're very lovable. Until next time, guys. Peace, love. What else? Tell him. Can you bark or look? How about you? You do it. We're gonna do it. All right. Peace, love. He doesn't like this game. Books and crazy.